Getting justice in Pakistan is generally impossible. People have to depend on dua, supplications, and wazifa to get justice in the life. Generally, in Pakistan, discussions, debates everywhere and elsewhere go on the present scenario of judicial system prevailing in the country, particularly judiciary's aims and activities vis-a-vis public expectation from the judiciary after its emergence as a different organ of the state in public view. In the meanwhile, once I particularly personally became busy in search of justice. During the quest for justice, I got a colleague of mine who have quite a long experience in working in government and semi-government organizations, and consequently, have some inkling in the government offices, particularly in the job-related litigations in these working places. My friend's uninhibited opinion is that, in Pakistan a poor, or even a middle-class, person cannot get any justice whatsoever, because of quite prohibitive cost involved in this process. No one person or element can be singled out for this cost, rather it is the requirement of the whole judicial process. He was of the view that, earn 2-3 crores monthly, then expend about 25-30 lakhs on fighting cases brought against you, and live a happy, honorable, and satisfied life ever after. But after running for justice, I formed a different opinion. My view is that, even money cannot bring you justice here. It is pure luck, or the help of the providence from above. That's why, perhaps, our people resort to dua, dearth, wazifas and visit to the shrines of good souls of bygone days. Similar is the case with me nowadays. My friends and colleagues' one-point prescription for me today is, recite wazifas this many times in the morning, this many times during the day, this many times in the night and this many times during bedtime etc. to get out of the predicaments. I am a religious-minded, and somewhat practicing Muslim, and I am not against dua dearth etc. May Allah forgive me for any of my sinful utterance in this regards, but now I have started feeling that, in Pakistan to live a somewhat peaceful life we should set aside all technical, professional pursuit, we should not waste time in professional self-development. Rather we should spend our times in reciting wazifas and visiting shrines. My proposal is, to make all these easy and affordable, we should transform all the government and semi-government offices in shrines, astanas, and the likes, so that after reaching these offices we can start our daily chore of wazifa recitation without fail and without difficulty. In my opinion, not only the government and semi-government offices, but also the private offices in Pakistan should also be converted into shrine type of things. In this way, I am sure, people could be able to live a peaceful life, and because of peaceful and tension-free mass population, Pakistan will make stride towards development with full force. Now coming to the main point, the dearth and drought of justice in Pakistan for the common people of Pakistan, I would once again reiterate that, in Pakistan buying justice with money is not at all a probable proposition. In Pakistan, availing of justice is a very complicated process. Why getting justice is very complicated, and who made it so much complicated, I cannot explain that in a few paragraphs. This should be a matter of not one but many research papers, rather books. But will anyone waste, or maybe, invest, his/her valuable time in doing researches on this ground? Very briefly, I may say that, all these complications are due to structural and manufacturing faults of the Pakistani people in general, and the people born with the birthright to rule this country, in particular. Silver lining, however, was started to become visible due to some so-called activism of the judiciary now trying to work on the strength of popular demand and expectations, which get traction off and on. But unfortunately, the people living on the status quo situation, people not willing to bring any welcome change for the peace and happiness of the common man, are tremendously against the change in the process/procedures and mindset of the judicial people. And these people are getting support from the other part of the society, who otherwise wishes to show themselves as intellectuals, and are trying to show their kheyaali support for a just and equitable judicial system, a total photocopy of British and other fully developed countries' judicial system, and attitude, and approach of their judges. Pakistan also has some pervasive process which not only deny natural process of justice, but effectively nullify getting any justice. These are, age-old invasive, ineffective bureaucratic system in the internal working system of the judicial setup and the mindset of those working in the system to pass the time and take the pay. These mindsets never allow any betterment in the system. Something has to be done here, but who will do this? The situation in judicial matters is really very precarious and dangerous. No single one can be pointed out to criticize or bring correction, particularly when the whole nation is suffering from incurable disease of institutional babasi, institutional helplessness, supported by willful suffering and acceptance of victimization by the common people. The situation can only be changed and improved by political forces on political platforms. The political parties/people who have genuine concern for the people and the nation, particularly those who say the mainstay of their political philosophy is justice, insaf, should come up with proper preparation and plan to bring real change to establish real rule of law, real environment of insaf. Should come up fast and furiously. Should come up effectively and without further delay.